Good morning, boys and girls. This is Sister Brittany, and today's lesson is called Trust God to Lead You. God calls Abraham. It's found in Genesis, the 12th through the 13th chapter. Once there was a man named Abram who loved God very much and had faith in him. Abram and his wife, Sarah, lived in the city of Haran. Many of Abram's relatives also lived in this city. Sadly, Abram and Sarah could not have children. It must have been very sad for them to think about how they would never have grandchildren or great grandchildren. But this did not stop Abram from having faith in God. God loved Abram and Sarah so much, but God also loved all of the other families in the world. So God made a plan to bless everyone. His plan was that he would use Abram and Sarah to begin a family that would become very, very big. Their family would be so big that it would be a nation, and this nation will help the world. Everyone in the world will be blessed through Abram's family. So one day, God told Abram to leave his country and his relatives and to go to a new land that he would show him. God did not say where the new land was. He just told Abram to go and that he would show him later. Abram trusted in God and was willing to do what God said. So Abram and his wife, Sarah, began packing up everything they owned. Abram's nephew, Lot, and all of Abram's servants and helpers also joined them. They packed up all their things and loaded the heavy objects onto their camels. Their servants and helpers would have together all of Abram's sheep, cows, and donkeys for the trip. When finally everything was ready, Abram and his relatives left their home country forever. Now they would live in tents and travel around wherever God told them to go. One day they reached the land of Canaan. God told Abram to have a good look around. Other people lived there, but someday Abram's children and even his grandchildren would own this land. Abram stopped several times throughout his journey to build an altar of stones and worship God. And later they would go to other places like Egypt. Abram was not a perfect man who did the right thing every single time, but he continued to have faith in God, and God kept his promises to Abram and protected him. God had a special plan for him. And remember how Abram and Sarah had no children? Well, God promised that that would change someday. God wanted Abram to have a family that would be a blessing to everyone. God would start a great nation from Abram. And one day in the future, he would say to Abram, I will surely bless you and make your descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky and as the sand on the seashore. Your descendants will take possession of the cities of their enemies, and through your offspring, all nations on the earth will be blessed because you have obeyed me. In our lesson today, there are a few key words that I would like to talk to you guys about. The first one is obey, and that means to do as you are told. Called. What does it mean to be called? It means to be chosen by God for a certain purpose or a mission. The third one is faith. It is believing without seeing something first. And lastly, trust is firm belief in God that He would do whatever He promises. And Abram did all four of these. He was obedient to God. He was called by God. He had faith in God, and he also trusted what God said. I hope you guys enjoyed your lesson on today, and I cannot wait to see you guys later on this month. I hope you have a great day.